The 4-phase roadmap to see 10K a month profit with high ticket dropshipping. What's going on, guys? My name is Trevor, founder of the high ticket e-com launchpad program with Marcus. And in today's video, we'll be talking about the 4-phase roadmap that you need to do in order to hit 10K a month profit with high ticket dropshipping. So with that being said, let's hop into this board right here, which has everything you need to get started in these 4 phases. So let's start at the very top. Number 1 is making 10K a month profit from complete zero. So obviously business requires money to start. So if you don't even have a dollar to your name, well, I would say you need about $1,500 for this business model set aside. And these are the exact steps I would be following. First of all, I'm making about $300,000 a month because of this business model. This is revenue. Do not take granted for its profit. It's not profit. It's revenue. And I would say the profit is about 15% after all expenses. And this is across multiple stores. So I've been doing this for years, been doing it exactly since late 2021. And it's been a predictable, consistent business model this entire time. If you follow this framework exactly, you will hit 10K a month profit in as little time as 24 weeks or less. This is a rinse and repeatable business model, meaning like once you understand the 4 phases, you can just build more stores, you can exit them, and these stores sell for 30 to 40x multiples. And if we just take a 30x multiple conservatively, and if the store is making 10K a month profit for 12 months, you can sell that store for $300,000. And actually, I'm in the middle of selling a store for that amount. So maybe I will document it once the sale finishes through, but let's just get started. So here are the 4 phases. Phase number 1 is going to be business setup. This is where our foundation of our business is going to be set up. So what we need to do is, here are the steps. We need to form an LLC. An LLC is essentially all it is. It's just a legal limited liability company. And what that means is that you are protected if someone were to sue you. And why do we need this? Because we actually are going to be working with real USA suppliers, and these suppliers want to work with real businesses, not someone, that's living in their garage, which, it could be you. I'm not going to judge you, but like you should still have an LLC set up. So register a business, pick the state that you're going to be based in. And if you're not in the US, then you can set up a Wyoming LLC. That's usually the state that I recommend. Now, here are what you need to attain: a EIN number, a resource certificate, business banking, and then business credit cards. Those are very, very important. So get those set up. So some banking and card recommendations are going to be Chase, Wise, Mercury. Chase if you're in the US, Wise, Mercury if you're outside the US. You can still use this if you're in the US, of course, but here are the 3 options. And then for business credit cards, these are the 2 I recommend: Capital One Business Spark, Amex Business Gold. You don't really need these right off the bat, but these are excellent cards to add additional profit to your bottom line. Next, in terms of business setup, we're going to create a Shopify store. So there will be a link down in the description below if you wanted to use the $1 a month trial with Shopify. Again, this is an affiliate link. There's the disclaimer. You don't have to use it. If you hate me, you just go to shopify.com and just create a account. But if you want to support me, then this link or the link in the description definitely helps, and appreciate you helping and supporting the channel. Number 2 is going to be done for your business setup. The goal with this is optional, of course. If you wanted to not worry about any of this business setup, which isn't too complicated, but if you don't even want to think about it, this is an option, which is done for your business setup. The goal is to set up the business fast and without overcomplicating the setup. So if you're in the US, use LegalZoom. It's about $249 for the full setup. If you're outside USA, then there is Buffalo Register Agents. I had some people already use this and have reported great success with Buffalo Register Agents. It's a little bit more expensive than LegalZoom. I believe it's like $350, a little bit more than the USA version, but it's completely done for you. You get a unique address. Highly recommend this service. And after you are done, the foundations are complete. All you need to do is just store and organize all this information that after you've followed your LLC, and gotten all those information set up. These are the foundations of your high-ticket e-commerce business. That is it. So after that is set up, we will go to phase 2. So phase 2 is going to be all of these. So it looks like a lot of information, but trust me, it's really not. After phase 2 starts, you want to build a demo store. Demo store, you want to be picking a niche, and here are the criteria to kind of consider. Number 1, you want to have the niche have at least 10 plus suppliers, not seasonal, 3 to 5 complementary products, price point over 1,000, and low competition. Those are what is important when you are picking out a niche. After you pick out your niche, all you want to do is just build your demo store in Shopify and add demo products. Demo products are essentially, if you have a sauna store, you want to list saunas from AliExpress, Alibaba, just so your suppliers kind of know what products and items look like on your website. And part of the store build out, here are the key components that you want to look for. Number 1 is going to be Shopify settings, a premium Shopify theme. I recommend Empire or Warehouse, Shopify apps, and in setting up 3 email accounts to get this set up. Now, if you're still watching, congratulations, you have an attention span longer than most people. And if you want to execute more of this, I do have a coaching program or a free course that you can take. Most people either are ready to jumpstart and want to see progression fast, go with a coaching program, or if you're on a limited budget, then there is a free YouTube course that's about 7 hours long that you can follow, kind of to see, because this is the foundation, like on the high level, but you need to be kind of down in the trenches in actually executing this. So I'll leave that video all down in the description below. And after you have all this set up, suppliers, here are what you want is you want to create a list of suppliers in your niche, start reaching out and securing these supplier relationships with my supplier outreach script. And number 3 is you're going to need to organize these in a drive and upload these products to your website and finalize the website before you launch ads. So with that being said, that is part of phase 2. Phase number 3 is, if we zoom in a little bit more, is that launching is phase number 3. Our goal is to hit our first few initial sales, 3 to 4 sales ideally. And here are what we want to look at. Number 1 is going to be shopping campaigns. We want to set up 3 shopping campaigns per supplier that we secure. Following this reverse pyramid strategy, also known as tofu, mofu, bofu, top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel. And then after we have this set up, we want to aggressively add suppliers 2 per week live in the ads account. It's quite a bit of work, but if you really want to scale fast, this is exactly what you need to do. Back end. So after you have your ads launched, here are what you need to set up in terms of your back end. Email marketing, CRO optimization in terms of your website. You want a clear sales process in terms of people or leads that are coming into your website. How are you interacting with them? How are you tracking the leads? I recommend a mixture of, our students have their own exclusive software called Peakflow CRM that they can use. But if you're not part of the community, then you can use Trello. That's a free option. It just is a little more, it doesn't have all the features that you ideally want, but it does the job. And it's fine, especially in the beginning. And lastly, it's going to be set up some social media and, Instagram, Facebook. You don't really need Twitter, maybe even Pinterest, YouTube. Set up some social media so your business looks, like an actual business. Businesses have social media, so make some for your business. Number 3 is going to be optimizations, and these are very, very important. These are essentially what is going to determine how well you do with your business. So every 3 to 4 days, you optimize your ads in terms of keywords, device distribution, and how the spend looks. And then when you are getting leads, use the feedback from customers. If customers are saying, hey, I can't find this, where's the shipping policy? Then you know exactly how to adjust it based on what the customers say. And part of this also goes back to continuously adding suppliers. Do not stop adding 2 suppliers per week live in the ads account, and refine the launching and back-end process. So keep optimizing these pillars, these 4 pillars, and you will see success. There's no way you won't if you follow this exactly. And part of the next module or the next part is going to be scaling. And the goal with this is to hit 20K a month in revenue. You should be making about 3,000 to 4,000 a month profit at this mark. And at this mark, you want to consider these four. You want to be adding 3 to 5 suppliers per week live in the ads account. You are trying to ramp up, scale very aggressively, and you want to hire sales reps so you can remove yourself from the business. And ultimately, you want to be mostly working on adding more suppliers so that way you can grow your revenue very quickly. And then in the meantime, you want to create SOPs, which are essentially standard operating procedures for your team members so they know exactly what to do, and repeat steps 1 to 3 in part of this, which is setting up shopping campaigns, doing your optimization, your backend, and doing it with more volume, more. What got you to 20K a month is the exact same process for you to get to 100K a month, but just more of it optimizations and little tweaks here and there. And if you're not seeing results, here are the 3 pillars that you need to check. Is your website not trustworthy? Do you not have enough suppliers? Or are your ads incorrect? Because if you set these 3 parts up correctly, there is no reason why you won't see sales unless you're just not answering or not paying attention to your business at all. So if you're not seeing results, it's part of these 3. I would add the 4th one, which is your sales process, which is essentially like, are you actually answering leads? Are you actually following up with them? Again, this business model is not complicated at all if you just follow these key frameworks. So with that being said, if we go back to the final phase, which is going to be the most exciting phase, because that is where everyone wants to be, which is the hiring phase, which the goal is to remove yourself completely from the business and to scale and work on revenue-driven tasks. What are revenue-driven tasks? Well, it goes back to phase number 3. All of these optimizations, your back end, all these in red, these are what got you to 20K a month to 100K a month. And you essentially want to just be working on the tasks that actually drive revenue, which is going to be suppliers. Suppliers is the most important thing. And then email marketing, because that makes up a huge percentage of your sales. And then your ads. Those are what you want to be mostly working on. And your team should be managing the rest. So the goal from removing yourself from business is by hiring a sales rep and setting up automations. Here are what the criteria I look at when hiring a sales rep: English proficiency, if they have sales experience or not, and if they are a fast learner. Those are what I really care about. I don't really care if they, never done this e-commerce business model before or never worked in e-com. I don't really mind that. I kind of prefer that so I can teach them correctly from the start. And automations, these are the automations I recommend. Zapier automation, set up a Slack for your business for abandoned checkout, so you are constantly, as soon as someone abandons checkout, a team member from your business calls them and closes the sale. You should be able to close 1 in 3, 1 in 4 sales at the worst case scenario. And sales rep, make sure they're trained and all orders are being tracked. So that is the foundation of everything, the 4 phases to hit 10K a month profit in 2024 and beyond. How can you do it? This is the exact framework. If you follow it to a T, you will see success in sales. So if you want to see the more breakdown video, or not the breakdown, but the more in-depth video of me actually implementing this and teaching you over the shoulder, I have a free course, but also I will leave the free course link in the description below. If you want to apply for coaching and work with me directly one-on-one to kind of help you do this over the shoulder, come on Zoom calls, work with you one-on-one and get this done as fast as possible, then book a link down in the description below and we'll see if we can potentially work together. That's it for this video in terms of the 4-phase roadmap to seeing 10K a month profit with high ticket dropshipping. This has been Trevor. Hope you guys enjoyed, and signing out.